welcome to the lecture on advanced electric drives. So in the last class, I explained about the vector control of synchronous induction motor drive. So in that vector control of induction motor drive, vector control of synchronous motor drive, the condition is the angle gamma is equal to 0. When angle gamma is equal to 0, so the IDS, okay, that is the component IDS is equal to 0 and IQS is variable. So under this condition, so there are two methods to implement the vector control of synchronous motor drive. That method one is the CSI fed synchronous motor drive. So this is I already explained in the last lecture. Another one is implementation of vector control synchronous motor drive with current regulated voltage source inverter. Current regulated voltage source inverter. So these two methods are implemented. So these are the implementation one. So this is implementation one method, the CSI fed synchronous induction motor drive. So how we are implementing the vector control of synchronous motor drive. So the vector control of synchronous motor drive is implemented with CSI fed synchronous motor drive. Another one is the implementation of vector control synchronous motor drive with current regulated voltage source inverters. So current regulated voltage. How you are generating the PWM pulses by using the hysteresis current controller technique. We are using this current regulated voltage source inverter. So up to now, I have covered in the synchronous motor drive. So that is two synchronous mode and self-synchronous mode. And okay, in the self-synchronous mode, we are representing that forced commutated CSI fed synchronous motor drive. And after completing that, so the steady state analysis of synchronous motor drive. So while you are considering the steady state condition, so steady state, if you want to do the steady state analysis of synchronous motor induction motor drive, synchronous motor drive, so we need to take some assumptions. That is, the currents are equal to 0. That is, IQS and IDS are equal to 0 and IKD is also 0 and field current IF is equal to 0 under steady state condition, and the speeds, that is omega r is equal to omega e. The speeds are also constant. So these are the conditions for steady state operation of synchronous motor drive. So under these conditions, we are developing the torque equation. Under the steady state conditions, we developed the steady state equivalent circuit diagram in terms of DC variables. So after considering the torque equation, so again there is some condition, that is cos gamma. So that is 3 by 2 into 3 into P by 2 into IF, okay, into some IA. So these into cos gamma. So like this, it is the expression is there. So if you make gamma is equal to 0, so then it is a vector control of synchronous motor drive. If gamma is not is equal to 0, so then it is angle control of synchronous motor drive. So up to now, we analyzed the synchronous motor under steady state condition. Okay, so now we may consider the dynamic analysis. So the transient behavior of the synchronous motor drive when gamma is equal to 0. So that today I would like to explain the dynamic behavior of the synchronous motor drive. Dynamics of dynamics of synchronous motor under vector control. That is gamma is equal to 0. When you talk about vector control, so gamma value is equal to 0. So in the earlier condition, in the steady state analysis, the differential parameter, that is d by dt, that is small p value is equal to 0. But now you have to consider the differential parameter also here, because now you are doing the dynamic response, the dynamic conditions. So before going to this topic, first you need to represent the synchronous motor in a synchronous motor equivalent circuit in with respect to direct axis, another one is with respect to quadrature axis. So first you may represent, so with respect to the quadrature direct axis, this is resistance, and this is a back EMF, and magnetizing inductance. So this is the magnetizing inductance, and damper circuit inductance and damper circuit resistance. This is VDS, okay, and this is current is IDS, and this resistance is RS, and this is a back EMF minus and plus, and this back EMF is omega E into psi QS, okay, and this is magnetizing inductance of stator. So this is LMD. LMD is the magnetizing inductance of the stator, and this is LLKD. LLKD is the leakage inductance of damper circuit. LLKD is the leakage inductance of the damper circuit, and this is RKD. RKD is the resistance of damper winding. And now again you may consider the field circuit here, and this is a field inductance, okay, the field inductance, leakage inductance, LLF, and field circuit resistance RF, and again here the voltage value. So voltage value, and this is field voltage VF, field voltage VF here. So try to understand here, and this is the flux linkages psi ds with respect to the LMD. So LMD is the magnetizing inductance of the stator winding, and this omega E into psi QS is the back EMF and stator resistance, and LLKD is the leakage inductance of damper circuit, damper winding, and RKD is the resistance of the damper winding, okay, and this LLF is the leakage inductance of field circuit, okay, and RF is the field resistance, so field winding resistance, and VF is the voltage applied to the field circuit. So this is the terminology we are using with respect to direct axis. And similarly we have also write the quadrature axis. So this is VQS. So if you want to represent this VQS, again the resistance RS and back EMF, that is this back EMF is omega E into psi ds, omega E into psi ds, and magnetizing inductance, that is LMQ, and damper circuit LLKQ, and resistance, this is RKQ, and this is the resistance RKQ. So this circuit is a damper winding circuit. So this is damper circuit, and if you consider here, and this current is IKQ, and this current is IKQ, and here this is IKD, and the field current is IF, and here this current is IQS, and if you represent this, and one more component you may add here, the self-inductance. This is LLS, and here also self-inductance. Okay, and this is also LLS. So if you consider this, this is psi Q, psi QS, so psi QS component. Okay, so this is equivalent circuit of synchronous motor in the direct axis and in quadrature axis. So with these variables, I am writing that all the above parameters are referred to the primary side. So with respect to direct axis parameters and with respect to quadrature axis parameters, all are referred to the primary side of the circuit. So if you can consider the torque equation, as you know that the torque is equal to 3 by 2 into P by 2 into psi ds into IQS minus psi QS into IDS. So this is the basic torque equation. So if you rewrite this equation, and we will get the following equation. So that is equal to 3 by 2, because already I explained this, 3 by 2 into P by 2, and this psi ds is replaced. Okay, if you replace this psi ds, so I am writing this LMD, okay, LMD into the field current IF plus IKD into IQS minus LMQ into IKQ into IDS plus LDS minus LQS into IDS into IQS. So this is the torque equation, because in the last lecture, so this equation already we derived. Okay, so the torque equation, so if you rewrite this above equation, then we will get this. Torque is equal to 3 by 2 into P by 2 into LMD into IF plus IKD into IQS minus LMQ into IKQ into IDS plus LDS minus LQS into IDS and IQS. So as we know that, so now what we are doing, we are writing and we are trying to develop a synchronous motor under dynamic condition, and we are doing the vector control. So when we are doing the vector control, the gamma is equal to 0, and as in the similar condition, the gamma is equal to 0, and other condition is IDS is equal to 0. If you substitute this condition, if IDS is 0, so then this term is equal to 0. And here also this IDS is 0, and these two terms will be 0. So then after simplifying this, okay, for vector control, okay, for vector control, gamma is equal to 0 and IDS is equal to 0. So if you substitute that, so then the exact torque values, so both under steady state condition, okay, both under steady state condition, so then this is equal to, the torque is equal to 3 by 2 into P by 2 into LMD into IF plus IKD into IQS. So this is the torque equation now. So here the damper circuit, so IKD is the, so this is damper circuit current. IKD is the damper circuit current. So if you consider here, if you see here, the torque equation is equal to 3 by 2 into P by 2 into LMD into IF plus IKD into IQS. So as you know that, so whenever the field current, if IF is equal to constant, if IF is equal to constant, that is equal to capital IF is constant. So then you may write down the expression for against IKD. So how you will calculate this IKD? By using the flux linkage of psi KD. So write down the expression for psi KD. Psi KD is equal to, okay, LKD. Okay, psi KD is equal to LKD into IKD plus LMD into IS plus IDS. IF plus IDS. IF plus IDS. As you know that, so this IDS is 0. In vector control, this IDS value is equal to 0. Value is equal to 0. So then this IKD is equal to LKD into IKD plus LMD into IF. LMD into IF, field current IF. So as I already stated here, this field current is E0. This field current is constant. So and when the field current is constant, so the derivative of this quantity will be equal to 0. So therefore, so VKD is equal to 0. Why I am saying this VKD? The damper winding is a short circuit. Damper winding is a short circuit winding. So there is a no applied voltage. So that's why the VKD is equal to 0. So as I am writing here, damper winding or damper winding is a short circuit winding. There is no applied voltage. So that's why VKD value is equal to 0. So if you write down the VKD, so that is equal to RKD into IKD plus d by dt of psi kd. Plus d by dt of psi kd. So as you know that this is psi kd. So in the psi kd term, so this IF is constant. So if you integrate, if you differentiate this psi kd, it's a constant value. So then this term is equal to 0. So then what will happen here? So then RKD into IKD plus if you substitute this, okay, differentiation of LKD into IKD plus LMD into IF. Because this IF is a constant term, so then if you differentiate this, then this value is 0. So finally what I am writing here is RKD into IKD plus LKD, okay, LKD differentiation of IKD. So therefore IKD is equal to 0. IKD is equal to 0 for steady state condition. C is for steady state condition. For steady state condition, IKD is 0. Why I am representing as field current? Why this field current is constant? Field current is constant because as I suggested, field current IF is constant here. So if the field current is constant, so what will happen here? Finally, from that equation, the torque equation is equal to 3 by 2 into P by 2 into LMD into IF plus IKD into IQS. So from this equation, so what will happen here? This IKD value is 0. So if you substitute that IKD value 0, so then the torque equation is equal to 3 by 2 into P by 2 into LMD into IF, and this is IQS. IF into IQS. So this IF is a constant term. And IQS is a variable term. And this IQS is a variable term. So if you vary the IQS value, so then the torque will be changes. So the torque of the motor will be changes. So then this equation can be represented like this. Okay, this is IF value because IF is equal to constant, and it is going to the multiplier block. Okay, and this is IQS block. So this is IQS is a variable quantity, and we goes to the, this is applied to the gain block 3 by 2 into P by 2 into LMD, and then finally you will get as a torque equation. So this is torque equation. So this is the representation of torque equation, block diagram representation of torque equation under dynamics of synchronous motor under vector control. And what we are doing, you are keeping the field current is constant. This is the condition here. So you are doing the dynamic analysis of synchronous motor drive under vector control. So again, there are two conditions while you are doing the dynamic analysis. The condition one is, if you consider, it is case 1, the field current is constant. In case 2, field current is variable. So what we are doing, first condition, the field current is constant. If you consider field current is constant, your current IKD, your damper current is also 0. Because the damper winding is a short circuited winding, there is no induced EMF. So based on that, so the damper winding current is 0. So then if you write down the expressions, that RKD into IKD plus psi plus d by dt of psi kd. So this psi kd is again, as you represented the psi kd here, psi kd is equal to LKD plus IKD plus LMD into IF. So this LMD into IF, this is the field current is constant. So if you do the differentiation of this field current is differentiation for this parameter, so then constant, so then that value is equal to 0. So then IKD value is equal to 0 as the field current is constant. So then if you substitute this IKD value is 0 here, okay, in this torque equation. So if this value is 0, so what will happen? The torque equation is further reduced into torque equation is equal to 3 by 2 into P by 2 LMD into IF into IQS. And further, if you represent that in the block diagram fashion, it will be like this. So if you see the control response, okay, so what I am doing here is the field current is constant. Okay, so the control response, if you observe the control response with respect to the omega t, so here 0, this is field current IF. Okay, and what you are doing, you are changing the IQS. IQS is variable, so this is IQS, and this is the electromagnetic torque. TE. So what I am doing here is the field current is constant. You are not changing any field current here, and you are changing only IQS. Suppose for example at this particular instant of time, so the current IQS is changed, step response is applied. So when you change the IQS value, IQS in the step response, so without any delay, so this your torque is also changes instantaneously. So this is the torque response. Okay, the field current is kept constant. So only if the IQS value is changing. Okay, for step change in IQS value, so then the corresponding of torque, electromagnetic torque is also changes. This is the condition. And one more thing I would like to consider here, if you consider in case of vector control of synchronous motor drive, when gamma is equal to 0, okay, when gamma is equal to 0, then you are getting torque response is quick torque response here. Okay, it means that fast torque response you are getting as you are changing the IQS value. Okay, whenever you are changing the IQS value, so for the corresponding change in IQS value, the electromagnetic torque is also changes. So that is okay. So we are getting fast dynamic response. So okay, but the problem, if you make gamma is equal to 0, one thing you may consider here. So as I explained in the previous class, so this is the direct axis. Consider this, and this is a quadrature axis. This is quadrature axis. Okay, and in the direct axis, field current IF is existing, and this is the field pole, and this is the field pole. So if you take the field current is in direct axis, okay, is along with the direct axis, and field induced EMF, so this is the field induced EMF, and this field induced EMF along with the quadrature axis. Okay, so what you are doing, gamma value is 0, so gamma is the angle between field current versus, okay, so actually this is IS and this angle is gamma. This angle is gamma. Now what you are doing? Gamma is 0 now. So gamma is 0 means that it is aligned to the field current now. It is also aligned to the in phase with your field induced EMF. Okay, this is also in phase with the field induced EMF. Okay, so now what will happen here, and this, if you neglect the resistance drop, okay, IA drop, and this parameter is J into IA into XS, or J into IS into XS, because here you consider as IS. So, and now the resultant is your vector of voltage. This is your voltage vector, and the angle between IS and the V is angle as a theta here. So what I would like to conclude from this phasor diagram here is the current IS lags behind the applied voltage V, and hence vector control of synchronous motor drive is operated at lagging power factors. This is one of the main important from this. What I would like to conclude from this is the current IS, okay, the current IS is lag behind the applied voltage at an angle of theta, and therefore the vector control of synchronous motor drive is operating under lagging power factors. This is one of the topic. So this is operating under lagging power factor conditions. Okay, so torque response is good. You are getting quick torque response as your field current is kept constant. Okay, and you are changing the IQS value, so thereby you are getting the instantaneous. If you change the step response of IQS, then for corresponding change in the IQS, so the torque is also changes, and you are getting better dynamic response here and good dynamic response. Your torque response is accurate. Among this advantage, there is one disadvantage here. So, in the vector control of synchronous motor drive, is operating at lagging power factors. So now, what I would like to consider here is this dynamics of synchronous motor under vector control if field current is constant. So now, in the next condition, if the field current is variable, so then what we will get it. So just we will consider if the field current is not constant. As field current is not constant, so then we will see what is the response and what is the dynamic behavior, and equations we will observe now. Dynamics of vector controlled synchronous motor drive. Dynamics of vector controlled synchronous motor drive with variable field current operation. With variable field current operation. So it means that in brackets IF is not constant. Field current is not constant. So your field current is now variable. So field current is variable. So you know from the conditions, first you write down the conditions for vector control. Gamma is 0, IDS is 0, but IF is not constant. So if field current is not constant, so we cannot ignore the IKD. Now you may consider damper winding current also. So as your field current changes, so your damper winding current is also changes. So now as you write down VKD, because the damper winding, as I already explained, damper winding is a short circuit winding and there will be no voltage applied. So VKD is equal to 0, that is equal to RKD into IKD plus P into psi kd, rate of change of flux linkage in the damper winding. So as I already explained, we already derived this equation. Psi kd is equal to LKD into IKD plus LMD into IF. So if you substitute this equation, okay, 0 is equal to RKD into IKD plus differentiation of, okay, that is psi kd, that is LKD into IKD plus LMD into IF. So if you do the derivation of this one, so then finally if you simplify this, you would like to calculate the value for IKD. So IKD is equal to minus of LMD into differentiation of IF, okay, divided by RKD into RKD plus LKD into P. So this is an expression for IKD. So just I am writing the expression for IKD here. So the expression for IKD is like this. So if IKD is not equal to 0, then the torque will not changes instantaneously. The torque will not changes instantaneously, because as you know that in the earlier section, if the field current is constant, okay, whenever the field current is constant, your IKD value is 0. So then what you are doing? You are only changing the IQS. So quadrature axis of the current you are changing. So when you are changing the quadrature axis of current, so the instantaneously the torque is also changes. But if IKD is not is equal to 0, so then you will not get the instantaneous torque response. So you must expect some delay in the torque response. Definitely the torque response will be delayed. So you will not get the change instantaneously. Torque will not change instantaneously. Variable only we will vary the. So what we will do here? So the torque equation, torque is equal to 3 by 2 into P by 2 into LMD into IF plus IKD into IQS. So this is the torque equation. So in this torque equation, IKD is trying to delay the torque. So this IKD Okay, this IKD is trying to delay the torque response. This is IKD is now trying to delay the torque response. So let us see the torque response as I explained in the last. If field current is constant, so like that you will also see the torque response here. And just you consider like this. Okay, this is omega t 0 and field current IF. Field current is IF and this is omega t and this is IKD. IKD 0 here. And this is omega t. Okay. And electromagnetic torque Te here. So what I would like to write here is, so if you change the field current, if you want to change the field current, so for changing the field current, if the field current is increasing in a positive direction, because of this, from this expression, as the field current is a derivative of the field current, so IKD is a function of, or from what I can write here, IKD is directly proportional to derivative of IF. If field current is in a positive direction, then your IKD will be in the negative direction. So what I would like to conclude here is, if you increase the field current, if we increase the field current, if we increase the field current IF, the damping circuit IKD will be negative. The damping current IKD will be negative. This is first condition. And second condition is, if we decrease the field current IF, if you decrease the field current IF, the damping current, that is IKD, will be positive. The damping current will be positive. What we are doing here, the field current is increasing, step response we are doing. So for increasing the field current, because of this differentiation of this one is, IKD is a function of differentiation of your IF. So definitely what will happen, so it will be giving some negative peak value. It will give some negative peak value. Now it will respond. Then it will respond. So for this condition, so if you consider, so this is your torque. Now your field current is like this. So what will happen here, if you observe the torque response, so this is the torque response, so you will get the delay. So the delay, actually what, this is the actual response, but you are expecting the delay response. So this is the actual response, but this is the delay response. So this actual response, if your field current is constant, then you will not, the instantaneously changes. The torque is also changes instantaneously. You will get in the better dynamic response. But what we are doing, instead of the field current is kept constant, but what we are doing here is your field current is variable. So as your field current is variable, so then your LKD, this IKD changes now. IKD is not is equal to 0. So then you have to derive the expression for IKD. Your IKD is equal to minus LMD into differentiation of IF divided by RKD plus LKD into P. P is the d by dt, differentiation parameter. So if you represent this in a block diagram model, so this is your field current IF, okay, and this field current, and this field current again IKD is also coming. So IKD parameter, that is minus LMD into P into IF field current divided by RKD plus LKD into P. LKD into this term is now, this is IKD. Okay. Summing device. Okay. So plus. So this is IKD now. And field current here. Field current. So the torque equation is equal to K IF plus IKD into IQS. So this is IQS. It is going to the multiplier block. So this is multiplier block. This is IQS. And this is gain block. 3 by 2 into P by 2 into LMD. So this is our electromagnetic torque. So now if you see in the previous condition, as your field current is constant, so this is your torque response. The torque block. This is field current IF and this is IQS, and the gain block 3 by 2 P by 2 LMD, and you are getting torque. So during that interval of time, the torque response is also peak. There is no delay. So you are getting the instantaneous torque value because your field current is constant. But as your field current is variable, definitely your IKD is also existing, and that IKD value is this. The magnitude of IKD is this. And this value is also adding. This value is also adding. So this is now final expression is equal to TE is equal to 3 by 2 P by 2 LMD into this IF plus IKD, okay, into IQS. So this is the expression now. So this is about your dynamics of vector control of synchronous motor drive. So as you know, steady state analysis we have completed, and dynamic response also we have completed now. So dynamic response and delta is equal to 0. And now in the next class I would like to explain delta is not is equal to, sorry, not delta, gamma, as gamma is not is equal to 0. If gamma is not is equal to 0, so then it is a angle control. So dynamics of angle control, synchronous motor we will discuss. In the next class, dynamics of synchronous motor with angle control. With angle control as gamma is not is equal to 0, so that I will explain. Okay. So the next lecture I would like to explain. Thank you.